computer. And it is doing it. Okay. All right. How is everybody?
Good.
Good. Good. Okay. All right. I think I will start. And if you see me get up, it's just to let someone else in. So I'll just mute everybody. We're getting a few more snow flurries today. So tis season.
4 to 6 inches is not flurries.
That's what they said? Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what they're saying this morning.
Oh, I had it in my head 1 to 3. I was like, it's nothing.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll
whatever
see.
we get. No.
All right. All right, my friends. I'm going to go into mute now. And there we go. Okay. And if you want to just see me on the screen, take it to speaker view. I will take you guys. There we go. Okay, great. Make sure that I'm all set here. Okay. All right, good morning again. Great to see everybody. And I hope you all had a good week and that it was as easeful as possible, as peaceful as possible, as we still negotiate some challenging times. So we're getting there though. And we're resilient now, and we'll be so resilient when we get to a place, at least for us in New England, when we get to a place where we can be outside again. That makes such a big difference. So I'm looking forward to that, but it's a ways off. All right, really good to see you. Let's just bring our hands in prayer position and have the fingertips touching and the palms touching as best you can, but have it be a light touch. So you just, maybe even just creating a sensation of touching. So you can begin to feel that you've got a little circular energy in this connection. And welcome to class. Namaste. All right, and just lightly bring your hands down to your thighs. Again, we're keeping that light touch so they just float down. Come onto your thighs. Your feet are on the floor, hip distance apart, parallel to each other. Squeeze your toes. So we're bringing sensation into our extremities and just getting a sense. Very important to get a sense of your feet on the ground. So to take that around, being grounded, being steady, being grounded. So maybe just press into your feet and release. Press and release. And press. And feeling all those muscles up and down the legs, the core, the low back, helping to create that sensation of pressing to the floor. Wonderful. And now think about bringing your spine to the back of your chair as best you can, thinking about those shoulder blades back, just using our index fingers to guide the shoulders back. And then take a hand and maybe place it 1/2 inch to 1 inch behind your head and press very gently your head to your hand and then just leave it there. So creating an even stronger alignment of the spine. And then just think about, in fact, let's just bring our arms out and just do a couple of side stretches just to get a sense of our rib cage moving and our reaching up to be taller. Open those arms up. When you get to about here, lower the shoulders, turn the palms, and just let those hands float right down until they come onto your thigh again. So holding on to this alignment that we have created here. Feel your sit bones grounded into the seat of your chair. Make some faces to release the jaw. Tongue back and forth. Oh, mouth wide open, squeeze the eyes. And then let your face come to a place of repose. And here we are, ready to receive the breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale. And exhale. Take it nice and slow. Inhale. And exhale. Take both hands to your abdomen as you continue to inhale and exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. Leave one hand on your abdomen. Take one up to your heart space. Feel that inhale and exhale. Feeling the rib cage expand. Feeling the diaphragm lift. Again. And then gently lower both hands back down to your thighs. Just gentle little rolls of the shoulder. Keep it nice and small to begin with. Nice. Other direction. And lower the shoulders down. Let the head draw down nice and easy, chin coming towards the chest, keeping your shoulder blades connected to the back of the chair. So we're just stretching out along the neck, feeling a little bit of stretch along the shoulders. Inhale and look up without letting your head drop back. Exhale, down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale all the way to the right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And feel free to slow it down or speed it up from what I'm doing. Coordinating your breath with it. Now holding your gaze over your left shoulder, take your right arm down, either just at your side or maybe a little bit of a hook to the back. Inhale, exhale, feel that nice stretch. And now other side, looking over the left shoulder, right arm comes down. And then come back to center. Take your hands, palms forward, inhale them forward, and just place them gently down on your shoulders. 4 fingers in front, thumb behind. Starting out with the elbows out, and we'll just bring them together and apart and together and apart. So taking them a little farther back, so you begin to get a nice stretch in the front body. Nice and open. Bring them together, elbows are touching, and then take the forearms so that they are together. See if you can lift, and it's hard to see in the black. See if you can lift so the forearms are parallel to the floor. And just hold right here for a moment. Breathe in, exhale. Now breathe in, open, nice and wide, looking up towards the sky. Float your arms down. It's one more time. Forward. This time we'll sprinkle down. Come forward and sprinkle down. Nice. Thinking about grabbing positive energy. And forward last time. Sprinkle down all the way down until your fingers come back down to your thighs. Inhale. Slide the feet forward, either lifting them off the floor or leaving your ankles on the floor. And then back, forward, flex, extend, flex, extend. Nice. Let's alternate. Nice. And widen them a little so you can circle. Getting all those creaks out this morning. And opposite direction. Nice. Holding them here, toes together. Ankles, toes, heels, toes, heels. And now windshield wipe. So again, I have my feet up, but you can be doing all this with your heels on the floor. And slide those feet back. Taking your left knee, bring it up into you, just squeeze it into your chest. Draw it down, squeeze it in, and down, in, down. I will do one more to each side. In, down, in, down. Nice, and just gently move side to side. Nice. Sitting back. All right, we'll start a series. Actually, I'll do each piece of it and then we'll put it all together. Everything that I'm going to do, we've done before. So we're just going to lean over to the left. Let's hold it for a moment. Press your low back against the floor. So you keep both sit bones on the chair and your back, did I say floor? Your back to the back of the chair. Arm over, and if you have a little stretch, lean it over. Looking down. You can have the other arm down. You can have it on your waist. Inhale up, over, and then again, other side. Over to the right now, pressing in through those sit bones, keeping your spine against the back of the chair. Breathe into the stretch. Feel that side stretch. Inhale up both arms, and then twist over to the left. I happen to have my arm hooked behind my chair. Completely up to you if you'd like to do that. Again, keep both sit bones firmly planted on the chair. Arms up and over, and we twist to the other side. Letting your gaze, keep your chin parallel to the floor, but letting your gaze off or maybe gaze behind you. Come back to center, hands on your waist, circle. Do it twice. Here's 2 in this direction and 2 in the other direction. Nice. Lifting your arms up into 5-pointed star, bringing them down so that the elbows are together. Inhale up, take them both behind you, press the sternum forward, gaze upward, and clap, and bring the hands down to your lap. All right, we'll do all those things in a series now. So first, we're going to lean over to the left, lean over to the right, twist left, twist right, waist circles, 2 in one direction and 2 in the other direction. Nice, arms out, bring them in together. Lift, take the arms behind, press forward, clap, and down. We'll do that again. Over, and over, and twist, waist circles. 2 this way, and 2 this way. Arms up, 5-pointed star, down to arms together. Take them back behind, forward, clap. And let's do it one more time. All right, giving yourself over now that you know it to the stretch. So we went side to side. And then we're going to go twist, twist, waist circles. Other direction. Nice. Arms up, reaching up. Bring them together, arms together. Bring them back. Press forward, look up, clap, and back. Nice. Inhale. And release. Let's scoot a little bit forward in our chair. So as you know, I talk about hip hinging quite a bit. It's that area where the leg meets the hip socket. So we don't fold at the waist. We come forward from, actually from the hips, from the upper hip. So we keep our sit bones connected to the chair, feet connected to the floor. Hip hinge forward, arms down onto your thighs. At the same time you're coming forward, you're pressing down and back. So think about energy up and down the spine from the tailbone out through the head, the crown of the head. Pressing back and come back. Scissor the feet open. All right, so since it was just Super Bowl, this idea that we're coming into the whole huddle situation. So forward, elbows down. So when I was doing this yesterday, I was thinking that I would be the person that was like holding the football for the person to come kick out. So we're in that sort of concentrated area. Bearing in mind, our back is completely straight, so we're not caving forward. We're keeping that nice openness of the vertebral bodies, keeping those discs stretched out, the discs between each vertebra. So we either have our hands on our thighs or our elbows. Now we take the straight spine and we just spiral it to one side, come back through center, spiral it to the other side. So you may be feeling stretching in the hip, stretching of the inner thigh. And as with any, this is like a partial forward bend. We want to have our sit bones fully connected to the chair. So even our glutes are getting a nice stretch. Stay over to the left side and just bring your whole body over, pressing away with the opposite leg. Come up, swivel, and come forward. So being very mindful about the movements that you do. They will prevent injury in everything in your life. So come up, swivel, and come to the other side. I always talk about this in reference to walking. Just be mindful about where you're going, what might be in your way, up, over, and not so much about where you've got to go or how much you have to do when you do go, but just the process of getting there. Up here, of course, we think about ice and snow all the time. And come up, straight spine while you're here, bring your hands back. And I have my hands kind of hooked around the back of the chair. And I'm gazing gently upward as I completely open up the front body. And then we're going to come back, scissoring the feet back together, scooting back into our chair. Do some chair lifts now, getting into our core. So either hands on your thighs or hands on the seat of the chair. Start out with your back against the chair. Most likely you'll come forward slightly. And again, I always reference Downton Abbey, when you think about how they all sat in their chairs, like they never touched the back of their chairs and they kept this amazing straight spine through the whole thing. I'll just toss this in here, but have any of you watched Bridgerton? Okay, it's sort of a down and dirty Downton Abbey, but again, they all keep this amazing posture. Okay, so with that introduction, we'll come into chairlifts. So we're going to, let's just first press into the floor like we started at the beginning. So just get a sense of what muscles you're going to use. So coming in and out of pressing into the floor, you'll feel everything contract. Legs, abdomen, back. Now pause. All right, so I'll start out with hands on the chair. With an inhale, engage the core, lift the legs, down. Inhale, lift, down. Keeping the 90-degree angle in the legs. 2 more, lift, down, and lift, down. So see how that all translates. All these muscles work together to lift the feet off the ground. And again, it does not matter how far off the ground your feet are lifting. It's the idea of engaging all those muscles, especially the core. And with time, you'll strengthen the core and the low back and get a little more height. We're going to do it again. Ready? Inhale, lift, down, lift, down, lift. Two more. And actually one more. Lift and hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake everything out. So this is a great one to do when you're sitting in a chair anywhere that you are, especially where you might lift and hold for a little bit. Pardon me just a moment while I let someone in. There we go. Okay, and just open. Take your legs just side to side, shake them out just a little bit. Excellent, great. Let's come forward in our chair. And come to the very edge. Well, not the very edge, maybe you're like half, you've left half the chair empty. And again, come into your nice straight spine, your Downton Abbey spine. You've got your 90-degree angle here, squeeze the toes. We're going to come up to standing by taking the arms forward, hip hinge forward, bring the weight to the feet, and come up and lift. Take the arms down, just back yourself to the chair. Again, we'll do that opposite. So the arms come up, hip hinge, slow, pace it, down, and release. Nice, so we'll come to standing again, and this time we'll stay standing, so arms forward, hip hinge, standing, and release. Great. I just need a little refreshment here, my water. And let me adjust this. Okay, so I'm standing with my right side to the chair. Right now, we won't be using the chair. We're just going to stand in our standing mountain. So just take a couple little bouncy bends into the knees. Nice. Think about alignment again. So think about a nice long spine. We've got our knees over our feet, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. And then head planted nicely right over the shoulders. Bring your shoulders up And slowly lower them down and just think about the room you've created here. Great. Standing mountain, the at ease yoga pose. So once you have all that alignment created, relax into this. Squeeze the toes, sway back just a little bit onto your heels, and then coming back to center with space behind your knees. Relax the jaw. Bring your focus, bring your mind to the sensation of your feet on the floor, to the image of your joints aligned, or bring it to your breath. Bring it to something that's here and not out there, right here. And as you inhale and exhale, you'll feel the movement within your front body, possibly within your back body as well. Nice. So standing mountain, allowing the body to come into its posture, to realign itself from the seated posture to the standing posture. And I guess in an ideal world, if we were sitting in a chair and we got up and wanted to go somewhere, we'd go through all these movements we just did. We'd slowly get up from the chair, we'd come to our balance, and then we'd walk away. But we don't have time for that, usually. And we're just not thinking about that. We're thinking about what we're going to do or what we need to do. So allow yourself in yoga class to slow down and appreciate all that goes into getting up from a chair and walking somewhere. Okay. Speaking of walking, let's do a little bit of that. So you can have your hand on the chair if you'd like, or not. And we'll come into just some slow. We'll start out slowly jogging. Again, you can have a fingertip on the chair if you like, or you could sit back down in the chair and jog. Just deciding which works for you. And coming into the idea of how we're transferring weight from side to side. The weight moves fully from one side to the other, as it does every time we walk. And let's, if you like, we'll speed it up just a little bit. And this jogging, walking that we're doing, wherever we're going, we would have looked at where we're going first, make sure there were no hazards in the way, or if there were, we were aware of them. Nice. You can pick a place in your mind that you're jogging to or walking to. As always with me, you know I'm going to a coffee shop. Post-COVID, that's where I'll be. And let's slow down. Slow down. And come to a stop. Putting yourself back in your standing mountain. Nice deep breath in. And let it go. And let it go. Beautiful. Let's just widen our stance. Maybe a foot, 18 inches apart. Make sure you've created some soft knees there, hands on your hips, and we're in a circle, taking your hips as far around in a full range of motion as you can create today. And you might let your head go down, just see how you are. The only precaution around bringing the head into this is just, it can make you feel a little bit dizzy, so just be careful with that. And now reverse direction. Mostly we want to get at the hips. Nice. Great. And come back to standing. Now take and turn the toes so they face the corners of your rooms. You can keep one hand on the chair if you'd like. We're going to come into 5-pointed star. You want to bring both hands out. Perfect. Fingertips reaching to the opposite corners. Slight gaze upward. And now take the hands down so that they're in our goddess hands, and take a tiny little knee bend so that we come into the goddess. So we have cactus arms, legs, again, 5-pointed star, and down. We'll come back to the goddess in just a moment. Coming back to the chair. All right. So we still have our right side to the chair. So let's work with that side. And first, we're just going to slide the foot forward, slide it back, slide it back. So we create a circle. Forward, side, back. And now keep it continuous. Forward, side, back. Keeping a bend to the straight leg. Sending the leg out to the side as far as you can. Thinking about how you're working the hip. One more round. And then send it back first. Out, front, back, side. Nice. One more. And back to a nice 2-footed balance. Taking the chair to the other side. So we have our left side to the chair. We'll do the same thing. Bring the weight over to the left leg. Slide the right forward, side, back. Keeping the sternum forward. Shoulders back. Gaze forward. And let's reverse. Back. Back. Nice. One more, and we come to standing. Nice job. All right, let's turn to our chair. Fingers on the chair. We'll come up onto the balls of our feet. I'm looking at you, but really we want to be looking ahead. Heels down, a little bit of a bend. Straighten legs, up. Heels down, bend. Up. If you'd like, you can think about taking your fingers off. Heels down, bend. Up. And now let's maybe just do a finger to keep us balanced up here. Down, bend. One more time. We'll go up. Maybe we can let go. Down, bend a little bit deeper. And release. Nice job. So either facing your chair or not, we'll take that deeper to go into a chair pose. So you can use your chair if you like or not. So bend into your knees, hip hinge, back, feel that stretching happen, and then arms forward or arms on the chair. And again, if you can feel this in your body, to slightly take your weight back to your heels. The whole foot stays on the floor, but you've got more weight back on the heels. Reach up, lift, circle those arms, and come down. Come to the chair, balance on your right foot, pick up your left, press it back, so we're in a lunge. Keep that back heel down on the floor, both hands to the top of the thigh, a little bit of a hip hinge forward, or use your chair. Keeping, keeping the knee right over the foot. Hip hinge back up, switch legs, balancing on the left, taking the right back. And before we do any hip hinging, find that perfect distance where you can put your heel down. It may be here or anywhere in between, but as we start to bend that front leg, Scooting that heel back to where you feel the stretch in your Achilles and your calf. Looking forward, maybe hands to your thighs. And it's not a leaning forward, it's a hip hinging back. Keeping the spine nice and straight. This will increase the intensity of the stretch in your calf. Trying to keep the hips squared off to the front. Nice. Lift, use the core, and come forward. Great. Walk back. One more time, we're going to come into the chair. Bend at the knees, hip hinge back, and reach. Hands down. Walk to the chair, maybe an inch or so from it. Press your belly button towards it. Looking upwards so you come into a nice back bend here. Just a curve back of the spine. And come back to center. So there's forward for the back bend, and then there's neutral, and then there's hip hinge. So these are all the very careful ways that we're moving our spine, and especially paying attention to our low back. But you can feel how the legs move in and out of these. Okay, one more time, coming back. Spine is in neutral, bend into the knees, keep those knees parallel, hip hinge, arms up as if you're going to sit down. Staying lifted through the belly button. Nice, and again, you can have your hands right here, arms are up or down. And then walk forward, almost to the chair, and press yourself there. Keep those heels on the floor. So think about creating a curve from your feet up through, out through the head. So it's not giant, but it's also not the way we normally carry ourselves. And it's so good for the front spine. Keeping those discs spongy and fluid between our vertebrae. Nice. And let's do a lunge one more time. So take the right leg, slide it back, keeping them parallel, but hip distance apart. Hip hinge. And I need to push mine just a little farther back so I feel the calf engaged and the hamstring engaged as I come forward. And to keep the alignment, I'm gazing downward. Welcome to gaze forward, but that sort of takes the alignment of the whole spine off. Looking downward is also good for balance, or you can keep one hand right there. Begin to rise up, unhinging. Aren't we all a little unhinged? And then take the other leg back, place it down with care. Again, as always, take time to find the placement, and then hip hinge forward, pressing that heel back and down into the floor, either looking down or looking straight ahead. Nice, unhinge, and come back up. Nice, shake it out. Let's just take, widen the stance just a little bit, hands on the hips, bend into the knees, and just take the pelvis forward and back. These are all the movements we were just doing, side and side. This is an exaggeration of all those movements, forward and back and forward and back. Nice. And now take it to what you feel like is neutral. So we've just gone forward and we've gone back. Both are too far forward, too far back, but good for finding range of motion. And now take it as neutral as you can. And try to hold on to that. And again, this is bringing us into alignment, protecting the back muscles and the lumbar spine. Sacrum. Okay. So let's hold on to that sense that we just created of alignment as we go into warrior one. So I have my left side to the chair and put my right foot forward, take my left back, and I'll bring this down to my feet. For this, let's see, I want to make sure I said that right. So my left side to the chair, right foot forward, left leg back. Notice how the left foot is turned out. Bending into that front knee, but if you look down, you can still see your toes. Seeing if you can gently square off the hips to the front, either with one hand or with both. We then bring ourselves into warrior one. Stay lifted, low back neutral. Gorgeous. Nice. We'll turn gently and slowly so that we come into warrior two. I'm looking straight ahead. I'll do this here. I'm looking straight ahead, out and over. My front arm, my back arm is back. And just swing the arm around and come out of that warrior. Let's do the other side. Warriors are great power poses. All right. Put our left foot forward, our right back. And we have our chair to our right. We're trying to, or seeking to get our hips squared off to the front. The back foot is slightly turned out. Come into your expression, your manifestation of this warrior. We don't all have to look alike. Bringing the arms up or bringing one arm up. Stay or try to stay lifted right through your center. Let your feet, legs be grounded, holding you up. Gorgeous. Know that the chair is right there, and then turn it. Front arm is forward, back arm back. There. And then just release, find your chair, and come on back. Shake it out just a little bit. Nice. I'll just leave this right where it is. Just need a little bit of a drink here. So that was warrior one and warrior two on each side. And let's do one more. Goddess, so you can do it facing your chair or facing front. Heel toe, feet out again so that they're towards the corners. Take your pelvis, put it in neutral, crank it into neutral. Open up the thighs, take your knees out and over your feet, trying to just sink down. Arms come out and they come into our cactus arms. Thinking about the upper arms parallel to the floor. You can have a hand on your chair. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then we come up, 5-pointed star, looking up, turn the palms, and let them gently come down to your side. Roll those shoulders. Clunk, clunk. Other direction. Not so much clunking this way. And hands down. Scissor. Take it out just a little bit. Let's give our quads just a little bit of a stretch by turning towards our chair. Sending your weight over to the right side, taking the weight off the left leg, bending it, and then if it's available, reaching down to grab ankle, foot, lower thigh, and feel a nice stretch in your quad. A little bit of a bend in the straight leg. Nice, good for balance as well. Leg down, reaching down. First, try to bring the leg as close up to you as you can, and then reach down for it, holding on to whatever part of the leg helps you. You can hold on to a pant leg as well. And release down, shake it out. See where I end up when I sit down. So let's come to the front. Come to the front of the chair. Put your legs right up against the chair. We're going to come back into our hip hinge. Neutralize your core. Feel yourself standing like we're in standing mountain right now. Hands to your hips to begin with. As you begin to sit down, take it nice and slow. Hip hinge forward as you send your buttocks back. Arms reach out, slow, slow, slow. And come back down to the chair. Nice job. Let yourself get all realigned here in the chair, pressing your shoulders back, your spine to the chair, feet flat on the floor. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. And again. One more time. And let's bring our left leg into the body. Hug it in. Bring your right leg in. Bring your left in again, and then taking it over or keeping it down here. And as you first come into this position, just hang here for a moment. We're feeling the hip muscles get used to this. If you'd like, you can take your hand and press just lightly on the thigh. That will increase the hip stretch. And release. Take and circle the foot in the other direction. Nice. And now take your hands to the front of your leg, keeping the spine nice and tall. Again, the hip hinge. We come forward only as far as you really feel that hip engage for you. So just feel like, oh yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that. If you'd like, you can take and bend the foot backwards to get stretched to the front of the foot. And come back. And then come forward. And back. And forward. And back. And then just side to side. Nice. Lifting it up, bringing it back down, and just take it side to side. All right. Let's bring our right knee in. First, squeeze it in towards the body, and then take and guide it over or down in here. It's nice when you get it here, it's stabilized and it allows the thigh to open up freely. And then you can give it a little encouragement by pressing just a little bit on it. If you like. Everything is if you like. You all know your bodies, what to be aware of. Okay, there we go. And release. Nice. Take your hands to the front, maybe slide down to your foot. Give the foot a little press back. And then come forward. Sit bones to the chair, lifting up from the spine, shoulders down. Release back. And forward. And back. One more time. Forward. And back. Guiding the leg back up. Open it. A couple little side jogs here. Nice. Coming a little bit forward in the chair. Take your right leg, stretch it out. Left leg stays in a nice 90-degree angle. And we come forward. So the straight leg, the heel is on the floor, the toes are lifted. And as you come forward like this, you should feel a nice long stretch along the thigh and the calf. Nice. And let's come back and let's switch. Left foot forward, right leg in 90-degree angle, both hands to the right leg. Toes are up, heel on the floor. And we come forward. Again, it's not a rounding, sternum leads. Nice. And come back and sit back. Okay. Left ear, left shoulder. Take your head. It's not a direction we go in very often. So take your head as you keep this right shoulder down, just taking your head over to the side as far as it will go. And then take your left hand, bringing it up, crossing it over your head, and just place it on your ear. No weight at all, no pressure, just place it there. And then take the opposite arm down. And again, no struggling with trying to get it over, just wherever it lands. Take the hand over. You should feel a really nice extra stretch on the opposite side. Lift the head up, go to the other side. Right ear, right shoulder, over. Right hand comes up, and you just place a weight on it. The other arm is down, or maybe it's slightly behind. I kind of like down because it keeps the line, and you're keeping your posture straight up. Let's do it again. We'll take the head to the left, take the left arm over, and let the other arm hang down. Nice, nice. Inhale and exhale here. And lift. And we'll come to the other side. Right ear, right shoulder. Left arm hangs down. And breathe. And release. And just take a couple of small turns left and right. And then a couple half moons. And come back to sitting in the chair. We'll come into ego flies away by crossing one ankle over the other, bringing our arms out, cactus together. If you've got room for more stretch, Between your shoulder blades, you can nest one elbow into the other one. Feeling that terrific stretch. Here's eagle on the nest. And then we'll count down and eagle flies away. 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice. Crossing the ankle, if you can remember how you crossed before, go opposite. Arms come out, cactus together, and then nest the elbows, keeping those forearms up. Great. 3, 2, 1. Release. We'll do one more. Cross ankles, arms up, together, nest. So however much room you've got with your arms, it's really your back that's allowing you to do this. You can really pretzel those arms if you feel like it, or leave them here. Always a way to do something. So we're in eagle. 3, 2, 1, release. Nice job. So coming to sit in your chair, ending as we began by noting our alignment, noting our feet flat on the floor, parallel to each other, sit bones, spine on the chair, shoulders down, relaxed jaw. If your jaw doesn't feel relaxed, just give it a little circular motion. Great. Let's just rub our hands together. It's chilly everywhere today. And just place your hands over your heart. Take a couple of breaths here. And again, create some heat. And right over your heart space. Honor your compassionate heart. Separating lower jaw from upper jaw, chin parallel to the floor. Let's do one more, and this time we'll bring our hands to our abdomen, warming our core, and just place your hands there. Feel your breath. Noticing the silence around you, or just noticing your breath, feeling it, hearing it. And either leaving your hands here or just placing them on your thighs, continue. Maybe your eyes are closed. Continue with soft, natural breath, allowing the muscles to melt into the chair. Knowing your whole body is integrating our practice today. That we've invigorated it at the same time that we've calmed the mind. And here's a reading from Robert Frost. Dust of snow. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. And let's bring our hands together. We'll join our voices in Om. Inhale. The light and vibrational energy in me seeks and finds the light and energy in you. May your day unfold smoothly and with ease. Namaste.